I'm never going to scuba dive again, and this is why.
Shook on the beat. Check it.
So the story begins end of 2021. A friend of mine, his girlfriend and me, we went to a little vacation on Guadeloupe. This is in the Caribbean area. So this is a small island which belongs to France. We went there end of 2021. My friend and me, we are both divers. So my friend made his diving instructor course so he can teach other people how to dive, and he asked me, yo, Shuk, you want to do the advanced diving license, because I already have the normal open water scuba diving license. And I said, yeah, of course, let's do it on Guadeloupe. It sounds nice. We can have some nice dives over there. So he was able to teach me how to dive, and he was able to give me that advanced diving license, advanced scuba diving license. So for this advanced diving license, you need 5 dives. You can choose between, I think it's between like around 15 dive types. You can choose 5 of them that you want to do for your advanced scuba diving course. We had lastly the night dive, which was pretty scary, and he also said that it's not an easy dive, but it's a really cool dive, so you will not get the chance to do this any day. And I said, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do the night dive. We went there. We found a scuba diving school, which provided us with the necessary tools to dive. We went there. We did our first couple of dives. Everything went really good. We had so much fun doing it. The whole stay in Guadeloupe was 4 weeks. In the first 3 weeks, we did the 4 dives, the 4 necessary dives. And in the last week, we did the night dive. And Guadeloupe is beautiful, by the way. So it's like a tropical island. Of course, for diving, it's also really beautiful. You'll have much biodiversity. Yeah, we went for the night dive in the last week. It was, I think, like 5 p.m. in the evening. The sun was slowly setting. We put on our gear. We met up with the other divers. I think we were like 8 people or something like that. Maybe 9. My buddy, who was also my instructor, and me, we were dive buddies. But for this dive, we also had like a French guy who was also diving with us. So we were not like normally we were 2 people, so you normally will have a dive buddy. But for this night dive, we were 3 people, so 3 dive buddies. So this other French guy, he was also pretty experienced in diving. So he had like over 100 dives for sure. And he was diving with us. So we put on our gear, we went to the boats, went on the boat. We were driving out to this small little island called Île des Pigeons. Yeah, the sun was starting to set, was starting to get a little darker. We had a nice little sunset. We went to the spot with the boat. We did our checks, so everything works. We went into the water, and then we said, all right, let's go down. We descend. Yeah, we have our flashlights with us so we can see in the dark. As we go down, it gets darker and darker. The sun obviously is like almost gone at this point. We are diving in total darkness. So that was pretty exciting. We put on our flashlights, everything went fine until this point. We went down to approximately 16 meters. We were diving side to side, so here am I, here's my dive buddy, my instructor. Here is the French guy. So the three of us just diving. At some point, I look around and I see this big barracuda just passing in front of us. And I was like amazed. I was looking at him and I was looking at my friend and I was like, damn, this looks so nice. And he was like, yeah, it's so cool. Like we have like this sign language underwater. Yeah, this barracuda just passes in front of us. And I was like amazed. Like, because it was like it's like a really big fish and it looks different than the normal fish. And so the barracuda passes, we keep on diving. We stay at like 16 meters depth. We are diving at like a little hill. Ground was going down like this, and we were diving like parallel to the floor. I was behind my dive buddy. He was in front of me, of course, and the French guy was like in front of him. I am looking around, put my flashlight onto my right, where the hill is, and I see this barracuda again. I'm not sure if it was the same one we saw earlier, but it was barracuda. But this time, he was not like parallel to us. He was facing me straight. So I was just like looking around, and when I looked at my right, I obviously put my flashlight also to my right where I want to see. At this exact position where I put my flashlight was this barracuda just staring me down. You remember we are still 60 meters underwater and it is dark, so we are at night 60 meters down with our flashlights just diving. And so this barracuda stares at me, and it was like just a second, but it felt like such a long time. But also like it felt like everything went past so quick. But he was looking at me, I was looking at him, and in a second I just hear like a noise which is like a motor starting, like vibration. I hear vibration. After I hear this sound, bam, barracuda hit me in the face underwater, and with such a speed you can't even, I didn't know what was going on. At one moment I was looking at him, and the other I was knocked down underwater from this barracuda. He just struck me on my cheek. I lost my scuba diving glasses. They were gone. The air which I was breathing, the thing you have to breathe through, it was also like lost. That was gone. So now I am 60 meters underwater in the dark, without air, without anything I could see. The flashlight, of course, is also lost. Instinctively, like a reflex, I was trying to get up. I was throwing my feet so I can get up into the air. I didn't really know what was going on. I think I was like in total survival mode. I don't even know if I was conscious or unconscious. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to get up. And my friend, my dive buddy, he said that he didn't saw how the barracuda struck me, but at some point he turned around and he saw blood in the water. Then he saw me trying to get up with eyes closed and like throwing my feet so I can get up. And he immediately came to me. He took me by my BCDs or my diving gear. He took his secondary air supply and he put it in my mouth. I pressed like this little button where the air, like the water just comes out of the air supply and you can breathe through it. I wanted to get up as quickly as possible, but he had to like slow me down so we don't get up too quickly, because if you get up from a depth of 60 meters too quickly, you will have a high risk of a diving disease that comes with getting up too quickly. Like if you dive, normally you'll do, for example, at 5 meters, you do a safety stop. If you're getting up too quickly, there's like little bubbles in your blood that will evolve, and this will cause for like a diving sickness, and you can also die from that. So he had to like hold me down so we don't get up too quickly. Of course, we still went up like really fast. I was still like eyes closed because of course my goggles were gone. Yeah, he guided me up, and at some point we reached the surface, and I remember like opening my eyes, like I'm still alive, and my dive buddy like behind me, he was trying to pull me to the boat. At this moment I was like, the barracuda attacked me. He just attacked me. To my friend, I said to my friend, why did he attack me? I was like questioning why the barracuda did that. And as I said that, I realized I couldn't speak clearly. I was like, why did the barracuda attack me? Why did he attack me? I had like a lisp. Then I said, why am I lisping? Why am I lisping? Why can't I talk? And then I was questioning myself why I can't talk. And then I touched my face where the barracuda hit me, and I looked at my hand, it was blood. I touched again. I wanted to feel what happened. I felt that my whole cheek was cut open. I went inside with my finger just to check if it has gone through, but fortunately it was just a cut, but a really deep cut on my cheek here. I still have the scar to this day. I don't know if you can see because of my beard. And then yeah, I realized, damn, he really like cut me open on my cheek, the barracuda. And my friend tried to like calm me down as we went on the boat. The other French guy, the dive buddy, he also came after us. We went on the boat. I sat down. My friend gave me something to hold my cheek so the blood doesn't come out too much. I tried to calm myself down. I actually sat down and started meditating, or started like really calming myself down, because that was like the only thing I could think of that would help me in that situation. So instinctively I started to meditate. Of course, the other people who were also on the boat, they went also for a dive. And this all happened 10 minutes after we went into the water. So a normal dive will go from like 30 to 40 minutes, even 50 minutes. We had to get out of this place. We had to get to the hospital. So my friend, he tried to like make noise in the water with metal, so the other divers will hear it and come to the boat. I think it took us like 20 minutes or something until the other divers came to the boat. They just then saw what happens to me. Then everything went like, we have to go to the land. Someone already called like the ambulance. The ambulance came and they looked at me and they were like, damn. And I was just sitting there like, is it bad? Like, I was still like in total shock mode. I like, there were so many people around me and I just was like sitting there, not even trying to comprehend what was happening, but still like in survival mode, I think. Because of course the barracuda hit me, but the other thing was we went up from 60 meters up to the surface in such a short amount of time that that the risk of having the diving sickness was also there. We asked like the other divers and the dive teachers if it was like any danger of that, but they said no, you're fine, there's no problem with that. Yeah, my friend was also worried. They put me in the ambulance, they injected me like so I can just relax a little and sleep. Yeah, then they brought me to the hospital. Arriving at the hospital, they kept on going, giving me like the injections for like pain treatment, and so I don't have so much pain and I can sleep. They put me in this room. I think it was like maybe like 9 p.m. in the evening or something, and I was in this room with my cheek open. Of course they like did a bandage around my face, but they had to get the doctor who can like stitch my cheek, and the doctor was in a whole different hospital across the island. He was available the next morning, so I had to lay there until 5 in the morning in this room by myself. Like at this situation, I was really like laying there. I remember I was laying there like thinking, damn, that could have been it. Like that could have just been my death. It could have been over just there. And I had my little notebook with me, like a small notebook, and I remember I wrote down what happened. I wrote down my gratefulness for what I have. I was crazy grateful at this moment, like incredibly grateful, like almost tearing up for everything I have, like my family and my friends. Yeah, so the next morning arrives, they bring me to the other hospital, and there was this French doctor. He stitched me up again, and it was like I will show you a picture, and it was like I think like 13 centimeters cut. 13 centimeters. And I'm not sure if at first I thought the barracuda like bit me. It wasn't like a bite, it was more like cut open. So I think just from the impact the barracuda did on my face, that my cheek popped open. I think that's why it looked like the cut. Or maybe it cut me with a fin or something, I don't know. And he had to stitch me up. When he was done, like he gave me medicine and stuff, and my friends picked me up. After all the narcotics like went down, I felt the pain coming up. Like it was so much pain. I had headaches. My neck, guys, it was so swollen because the barracuda, like it was like Mike Tyson hitting you in the face. It felt like that. So my neck was swollen, and I couldn't turn my neck. It was like from here to here, like barracudas, they can swim up to a speed with like 50 kilometers per hour, so they can be really, really fast. And they are like torpedoes underwater, and they have so much power, like so much strength. You can imagine how that impact might feel. So we went back to our little Airbnb. My friends, they helped me like eating. I couldn't eat, I had to drink soup and stuff. Was just laying in bed. And we tried to get an early flight home, and we went home. Yeah, my cheek was like mad swollen. I had like such a cheek here. That's how I almost died underwater. And that's why I won't scuba dive again, because I think scuba diving is like a lot of other things we do as humans, not appropriate to nature. So we disrupt a part of nature where we are not supposed to be, because scuba diving is such an unnatural thing to do. You take your air from this big like bottle, and you go down in like unnatural depths. If you can't go down naturally without the air, I think you don't have like the connection to that place. So with the flashlight, I think I shocked the barracuda. I made the barracuda fearful, and that's why he struck me. I don't think I am supposed to be in these parts of nature. That's why I will not go scuba diving again. Yeah, we're just not supposed to be there, I guess. It's their place to be, and here is our place to be. And if we like disrupt each other's peace, something bad will happen. I'll still go diving, but just with a snorkel, and just as deep as I can go with one breath, because that's natural to me, and that's how I feel the most safe and the most connected with the nature around me. From this point on, I learned to be really grateful for what I have, and that everything can just end in a second, and you should sometimes not go for the crazy risky stuff just for the kick of it, because there are still people around you who need you and who love you and who don't want something to happen to you. So you should take care of yourself. Of course, you can still experience adventures. There's a much more natural way of doing that. So yeah, guys, that's a story how I almost died from a barracuda attack. Luckily, I'm still alive to tell you this story, and maybe you also have some experiences like this. If you have, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Tell me down below in the comments if you subscribed, and I will leave a message to you. We will see us next time with another story.
Sitze on der Floor, bin bewusst, baue mir ein imaginäres Vor, bin verschluckt, schweife ab, Memories rücken vor, greife zum Phone, setze die Zeitmaschine über die Ohren, bin zwar home, aber auch irgendwie verloren, damn.